think of autonomy as being any kind of survival economy. I see it as stepping out of the behemoth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And creating and doing for self.
Yeah.
You know, the reality is, I mean, you know, Lorenzo was talking about the need to overthrow this system, and yes, that's a reality. But until we reach that point of consciousness, it ain't happening. But meanwhile, we're just, it's funny because talking about survival, I was talking about that with somebody recently, because I was talking about how I wanted to create a survivalist group, and automatically, depending on who you speak to, it means something different. You know, if I'm talking to a brother in the hood, and I'm like, "How you doing?" "I'm surviving. You know, I sold this many things on the street, or I hustled this, or hustled that." If I talk to a patriot down south somewhere, survival means he's training with weapons. He's training others on how to train with weapons, on how, you know, the class or the race war that's about to happen. You know, so you know, my bag is looking at autonomy as something where we understand that this system was not created for our benefit in any shape, way, shape, or form. So in the meantime, while we're trying to figure out how to destroy it completely, we figure out ways to live outside of it and say, fuck you. You know, a couple of years ago, I think it was Russell Means, who just passed away a little while ago, and he had some part of, I don't know if it's the middle of America or in the South or whatever, but he declared it, him and some other native cats declared it independent. But they discussed it with other you know, nearby states, how they were going to get their water, how they were going to get their electricity, all of this stuff. They had discussed it. And it wasn't the worst idea, you know, and, you know, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. But the point being that, you know, there's no reason why we can't say that, you know what, the communities we live in belong to us. And, you know, looking at it realistically, if we were training the way survivalists are training in the South, then when we say these autonomous zones are ours, then we have the capacity to defend them at that time. You know, I mean, the Zapatista model did just that. You know, they weren't trying to overthrow the Mexican government. They were trying to create an autonomous zone where they would do for self and they wouldn't get fucked with by the Mexican government, which, you know, treats native folks like shit. You know, and that's all. So it's the same thing. You know, we're talking about, you know, black and brown folks in this country who have been treated like shit for over 500 years. So there's nothing wrong with saying, fuck that. Autonomy, now. And we're going to train our people to defend it.